had a different story. It got washed out. So they are playing here tonight on a Friday night, and we have it for you. Both teams are looking for their first win of the season. The hometown Chargers come in with a record of 0-3. They lost both of their games yesterday to Des Moines Christian. They kind of depleted their pitching staff, although head coach Nick McCool said, I got a lot of other guys that can throw, and he's going to use a by-committee approach here this evening. Noah Kading is going to get the start. It's his first appearance of the season, and it was a tough day yesterday against Des Moines Christian, losing 12-7 and 16-7 in the West Central Conference doubleheader. They also lost to Coon Rapids Bayard in their opener, 6-3. For the Spartans of Exira-EHK, they're coming off a loss to the Crusaders of Coon Rapids Bayard, and they lost really in the first inning when they gave up 16 runs in the opening frame. They had to bring in their ace, Alex Hansen, to get out of that opening inning, and the game settled down a little bit after that, but a 19-1 loss, and the Spartans don't have a good taste in their mouth coming into today's game. They lost their first game against Earlham 7-0. So they're looking to find their way a little bit here today. But Alex Hansen, their ace pitcher, is on the mound here this evening as the Spartans looking to play a little bit better. And Jack, really both teams are looking to play a little bit better here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, as we saw, two very humbling starts to the season for both teams. And I guess both are just really young, kind of starting off with some fresh talent and having struggles replacing that talent that they kind of lost in the graduation. I mean, on the ACGC side, there's three words I think of when I hear those letters. That's track and field.
Yeah.
And second place in the 1A Boys State Track Showcase last week. Some very fast players. I mean, the problem there, though, I think only one inside that squad are here playing baseball on the diamond, and that's Tommy Strand, who's on that shuttle hurdle relay team. On the Spartans side, I mean, again, just kind of struggling to replace those they've lost. I mean, I remember back 2 years ago, maybe, this is a very competent team going off against, like, the big dogs in the conference. You think about Rapids Bayard and West Harrison at the time, and, I mean, they were very good at one point, but I guess they just kind of struggled, and, I think I've seen 2 seniors for their squad here today, and a lot of young talent. So I'm not gonna count them out. I'm gonna put my time in and just say that they have a lot of potential. And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Community Insurance. Thank there's support for tonight's game. It's also brought to you in part by Cass Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors by 3H Customs, customizing your farming resources to fit your needs by Brocker Carnes and Carnes, trusted insurance since 1894. I need a supply center, your home enhancement store. We're here to help. Hummel Insurance, service the difference with Hummel. Rancho Grande, authentic Mexican food in Atlantic. Stein Seeds, Stein has yield. Darren Petty, your local Stein representative. Principal Financial Group with Agent Mark Smith. By Iowa Western Community College in Atlantic. BU at Iowa Western. And by Fikes Plumbing and Services, HVAC Plumbing, Sewer and Septic. Now serving Greenfield and Atlantic. Let's step aside for our national anthem. We got baseball in 1 minute on KSOM.
Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to brockercarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage at a competitive rate.
Here today in Guthrie Center, Chris Varney and Jack McKee alongside. It's Exira-EHK and ACGC. And Noah Kading will take the mound for the hometown Chargers. And here's the starting lineups that he will face as turned in by Exira head coach Trey Peterson. Austin Rasmussen is the shortstop, a junior. He'll lead it off for the Spartans. Josiah King, sophomore left fielder, will bat second. Alex Hansen is the starting pitcher for the Spartans. He's a senior. He'll hit third. Josh Nelson is the first baseman and a senior in the cleanup spot. Anthony Young, a sophomore, is at third base. He'll bat fifth. Owen Jewell, junior catcher, will hit sixth. Gus Grieving at second base, the junior in the seventh spot. Thomas Peterson is the designated hitter. He'll hit for right fielder Carson Johnson. Peterson in the eighth spot and an eighth grader. And Blake Nelson is a freshman and a center fielder, and he will bat ninth. And Noah Kading making his first start of the season, the tall right-hander for ACGC. Key player on the Charger basketball team that went all the way to the sub-state finals, just one step away from state. ACGC wearing their hometown whites with black lettering outlined in yellow, and same for the numbers. And they got black caps with yellow bills. And Exira-EHK wearing the black jerseys with white pants, and they got new sharp caps, white caps with the maroon S and maroon bills, which they just got yesterday. Unfortunately, didn't bring them any luck against Coon Rapids Bear, but they're wearing them again here today. So it should be an evenly matched showdown here today. Two teams in a non-conference matchup as Mr. Kading completing his warm-up tosses here in Guthrie Center. We have a little bit of a wind here today, and it is blowing out towards left field. Generally, I mean, it says mostly sunny. The sun is out, but there's a little bit of a haze in the air. 78 degrees here at game time. Wind is out of the northwest, blowing at 12 miles an hour. So again, blowing out towards left. And we're ready to go for baseball as Austin Rasmussen is ready to step in the right side of the plate. Umpire, though, is not ready. He needs maybe some baseballs, perhaps. And he's going over to the right field right side dugout, first base dugout, and going to talk briefly, or they're going to chase down some balls. Then we'll be able to play. Got to fill those pockets with balls in case of a foul ball. All right, now we're ready. The umpire is ready. The players are ready. Are you ready, Jack?
I am ready.
I'm ready too. And Kading ready. The first pitch of the ball game is low in the dirt for ball one. And we start tonight at 5 o'clock on the dot. Rasmussen 0 for 4 on the season for the Spartans. And he's ahead of the count. And now the 1-0 pitch from Kading. And that one drifts a little bit low as well. And it's 2 balls and no strikes to Rasmussen.
Rasmussen staying very patient here.
Exira-EHK has not been able to generate offense, so this is going to be a game to test that. That one is an off-speed pitch that floats inside off the mitt of the catcher Bates and back to the screen. And it's 3 balls and no strikes to Rasmussen. Just underway here, top of the first, on a windy evening in late May. Can you believe it? June is right around the corner. The 3-0, there's a strike called on the outside corner as Kading finally finds the zone. And the count now, the hitters count, 3 balls and a strike to Rasmussen. Righty versus righty. The flag off in center field blowing briskly. And there's an off-speed pitch, and that nicks the outside corner. Good pitch by Kading for a called strike. And after 3 straight balls, he's come back to fill the count. 3-2 to Rasmussen, and here's the payoff pitch. Swing and off the fist, fouled back to the screen, and Rasmussen stays alive. Boy, ACGC, they were warming up the game with these muddy, dirty baseballs, but it's much better when you see the white ones that they use for the games. Now, again, set for the payoff pitch as Kading into the line, and here again the 3-2. And a little high, Rasmussen, good take, good eye, and he takes ball 4. So we have our first base runner of the game on the first batter of the game, and that'll bring on Josiah King. And let's see what the Spartans decide to do if they want to go small ball early on. Rasmussen has good speed. The diminutive one, he can run. Cross-country state qualifier. Just missed out on going to state and track and field in the spring. King shows bunt, takes a strike. Good pitch by Keating. It's awfully hard to pitch to a guy when he squares the bunt. It kind of is distracting. Blaze Dorsey cheating in third. And it's 0-1 to King, who's 1 for 4 this year with a .250 batting average. Quick throw to first base, and Rasmussen dives back in at first. Snap tag by Franzine, but Rasmussen gets up and dusts himself off.
Yeah, Franzine playing really low, ready for anything thrown his way over there first.
King from the left side. Kading checks the runner, and the 0-1 pitch. And way too high, and Bates comes up ready to throw. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Defensively behind Kading, it's Jackson Frang in left field. Tommy Scram in center. Will Scram, the 8th grader, over in right. He gets to the infield in a moment as Rasmussen takes his lead. Here's a throw. Oh, they might have had a chance, but he threw it way too high. Franzine did a good job just to snare that ball over at first. If he had gotten that pitch low, or that pickoff low, Franzine might have been able to apply a tag. 1-1 the count to King. Off speed way outside. 2-1 the count to Josiah King. On the infield for the Chargers, Blaze Dorsey at third. Joseph Fagan, the shortstop. Chase Slaybaugh over at second. Franzine holding on Rasmussen at first. Tatum Bates is the catcher. And Noah Kading is set. And the 2-1 offering to King. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Snow to first, but Rasmussen easily back.
Really liking what I'm seeing from Rasmussen so far. He's not biting off more than he can chew over there at first, but he's doing just enough to keep this defense antsy.
It's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. By the way, we're on video today on YouTube. Like, subscribe our page, and we're powered by Nishtanet. The 2-2, runner goes. The pitch is low. The throw not in time. It skips its way to center, but Scram is there to back it up. And Rasmussen has a stolen base.
Wow, behind the dish. Couldn't really get the ball in his throwing hand there.
They did rule it strike 3 on that pitch. I thought it was low, but it's ruled a strikeout. So 1 away for Alex Hansen. But the Spartans get a runner in scoring position for their 3 and 4 hitters here. As Alex stands in and can help his own cause without throwing a pitch. First one is on the outside corner for a called strike. Hansen hitting .400 to start the year, and he has an RBI. He can get another one here with a base hit as Rasmussen off a second. Fagan trying to cheat in behind it from short. The 1-0. Oh, he went golfing and a swing and a miss at 1 in the dirt. Good pitch by Kading to Fulham. And Hansen went after it. Count is 0-2 to Alex Hansen. No score between ACGC and Exira-EHK here in the top of the first. We're just getting started. The 0-2. Breaking ball just misses outside, and Bates framed it for an extra second or two. Did not get the call, but that was a good pitch by Kading. 0-2. You'd want to get him to chase one out of the zone. Now the 1-2 offering. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. It's in the dirt. First base is open, so they throw to first. Rasmussen breaks, and he gets to third on the throw to first. But there are now 2 outs.
He's the first baseman, number 7, John.
That'll bring on Josh Nelson. But Kading gets the strikeout.
Let's go, John.
As Hansen fooled by that off-speed pitch. But the Spartans do get Rasmussen 90 feet away. Nelson, big fellow, steps in the right side of the box. He's 1 for 5 on the season, hitting an even 200. First pitch, good breaking ball in there for a called strike. So Kading, after an opening walk, has come back to get strikeout. And he's ahead of Nelson here at no balls and 1 strikes. With 2 outs, runner at third in the top of the first. Another off-speed pitch and a swing and a miss for strike 2.
Kading doing a really nice job hitting his spots right now. He's making the Spartans offense look silly.
He is settling in. Sometimes you want to get to a pitcher early before they do so. 0-2 to Nelson. And a high heater, a swing and a miss for strike three. So after the leadoff walk, Keating comes back to strike out the side. No runs, no hits. A walk, one left through a half inning. Exira-EHK nothing. ACGC coming to back. Back in 1 minute here on KSOM.
3H Customs has everything any farmer needs to be successful, and that's not an exaggeration. We offer soil sampling, crop scouting, and spraying. We also offer precision planting products, Midwest seed genetics, and nature's fertilizers. Don't forget fertilizers and anhydrous also. 3H Customs has everything the Iowa farmer needs, and we dedicate ourselves to helping each farmer be successful. For more information on how you can build that successful operation, call 249-2429 or visit 3hcustoms.com. 3H Customs, customizing your farming resources to fit your needs.
Anita Supply Center is here for you. From the big jobs to the small tasks, we're here to help. Hi, this is Kim with a reminder of our hours, so when you need our help, we're here. Anita Supply Center is open Monday through Fridays, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 until noon. We're here 6 days a week for all your building, landscaping, how-to projects, repairs, and more. We offer free in-home measurements, free estimates, and can help you put your ideas together. Anita Supply Center is open 6 days a week for all your home improvement and building needs.
So Exira-EHK gets a runner at third, but can't get them home. No score. We go to the bottom of the first inning. And Alex Hansen, the starter for Exira. And here's the starting lineup he'll face, as turned in by Nick McCool. Tommy Scramble lit it off for the Chargers. The junior in center field. Noah Keating, the starting pitcher for ACGC. He's a senior batting second. Blaze Dorsey, a junior at third, will hit third. Ben Francine, a senior at first base in the cleanup spot. Colton Clark, sophomore designated hitter, will bat fifth. Chase Slaybaugh, junior at second base, will hit sixth. Jackson Frang, a senior in left field in the seventh spot. Tatum Bates, a senior, and doing the catching, will bat eighth. Will Scram, an eighth grader in right field, will hit ninth. And on the mound is Alex Hansen. He's making his first start of the season for the Spartans. Did not pitch in their first couple of ball games against Earlham. He did pitch against King Rapids Bayard. Came in to try and end that first inning, stop that. Really, it wasn't even bleeding. It was a gusher in that first inning, and he did so, but they couldn't use him a lot in that ball game. I mean, after a 16-run first inning, you don't want to burn up your ace anyway. So they had him playing to pitch today. Here's Scram leading things off against the big, tall righty. And the first pitch is a chopper. Hit the short. Slow down. Rasmussen up with it. Throw to first. In time to get the speedy Scram by a step or so. And we have one pitch, one out here in the bottom of the first.
Always love the confidence of a leadoff hitter coming out and swinging with confidence right out of the gates. Even though it didn't turn up for him to get on first base, I still love that confidence.
Here's Noah Katie now, who steps in, pitcher versus pitcher. And the first pitch, a swing and a miss for strike one, right over top the breaking ball. Defensively behind Hansen, Josiah King in left, Blake Nelson at center, Carson Johnson is in right field for Exira-EHK. The 0-1 to Katie. He checked his swing on a breaking ball, and I don't think he went around. It was low, 1-1 to Keating. On the infield for the Spartans, Anthony Young at third. Austin Rasmussen making that last play at short. Gus Grieving, the second baseman. Josh Nelson over at first. 1-1. That's a little pop. Headed to shallow center. Rasmussen maintains his balance as he goes back, looks over, up, and makes the play for out number 2. Nice play by Rasmussen there as he had to backpedal. You could get twisted around on a little pop-up like that. 2 away for Blaze Dorsey. Owen Jewell, the catcher, by the way, for Exira-EHK, and 2 outs for Hansen. Dorsey stands in, and first pitch, a liner down the line at third. That's a foul ball.
You would have loved to have that go right, wouldn't you?
Just a little bit right, yes. And the Chargers are up there a hacking. Dorsey 1 for 8 on the season, does have an RBI. No score, 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the first, and the Chargers are looking to swing the bat early in counts here against Hansen. The 0-1, and a swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. Dorsey would love to have that swing back. 0-2 the count now. Hansen has a very kind of slow, lumbering delivery. just kind of comes and then throws. There's a strike three call right at the knees. What a great pitch by Hanson, who froze Dorsey there. And the Chargers are retired in order. 3 up, 3 down through the opening inning. We have no score. Exira-EHK and ACGC here on KSOM.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services or stop in anytime.
Well, no hits so far in the opening frame. No score between Exira-EHK and ACGC. Two schools hungry for their first win of the young season. Anthony Young will lead things off for Exira.
Number 5.
5, 6, and 7 in the Spartans' order. Rasmussen, you'll recall, got the leadoff walk, got all the way to third, but left there as Keating able to strike out the side. First pitch now to Young. There's a swing of this for strike one. Keating took a little something off of that pitch, threw it up high. Young tried to climb the ladder, could not catch up. 0-1 to Young. And into the line is Keating. And there's a strike at the knee. So he went high, now he went low. And Young behind on the count, 0-2. Nothing flashy about Keating's delivery. It's just very simple, very fundamental. And he's throwing strikes so far. The 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 4 strikeouts in a row for Keating. He's got a little hitch, though. It's like when his leg comes down, it does a little hitch in it. And so that is about the only thing that's the characteristic of it. Everybody has their own quirks and everything, how they throw. It's fascinating to see it. It's, like fingerprints. You have your own delivery. First pitch now to Owen Jewell. Swing and a miss for strike 1. I never seen my fingerprints. Jewell is 1 for 4, batting .250 on the season. I don't want to see my fingerprints because chances are I probably will be in jail. That one is up high to swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 to Jewell, and Keating is throwing bullets. He's ahead of Jewell, and again getting ahead of the hitters. The 0-2. There's a breaking ball right over the heart of the plate. Freezes Jewell for a called third strike. What a pitch.
Yes.
So it's 5 strikeouts in a row for Keating, 2 away for Gus Grieving. Hitters are having a hard time so far in the early goings here. First pitch and a swing and a miss for strike 1. Well, I thought ACGC's pitching staff was going to be in trouble here today because they used so many guys in their first 3 games. Doubleheaders tend to kill pitchers in high school baseball. And a high heater and a swing and a miss for strike 2. Grieving is 0 for 3 on the season. In the 7th spot, Keating ahead. Again, the 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Struck him out. 6 strikeouts for Keating. And the Spartans go in order. 3 up, 3 down. We played 1.5. No score here in Guthrie Center on KSOM.
I know you have a choice. Hi, I'm Mark Smith, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor with Principal Financial Group. Today I want to say thank you, Southwest Iowa. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve the community for 39 years. Over the years, you've given me the opportunity to get to know you and your family. Thank you for your trust, your confidence, and most of all, your relationship. If I can help you with your financial plan, please give me a call at 712-243-2466. Mark Smith, Principal Financial in Atlantic.
Pitcher's duel so far here in Guthrie Center. No score. You still haven't had a hit by either club. Bottom of the second inning. Monday will be in Anita as the Cam Cougars will take on Southwest Valley in a baseball matchup. That'll be another early start time, 5:30 for that first pitch. That'll be Monday evening here on KSOM. And then Tuesday, we're going to the site of the 1A and 2A state baseball tournament, Carroll. It's Kemper against Harlan. First look at the Harlan baseball team. First pitch to Ben Franzine is a big swing and a miss for strike one on an off-speed from Alex Hansen. Hansen got one strikeout in the three batters he faced on the bottom of the first. Swing, and there's a drive it deep to right field, and it's over the head of Johnson, and it'll go all the way to the wall. Johnson will track it down, and Franzine will stop at second with a stand-up double. He hammered that ball.
Such a nice adjustment after swinging and missing the first pitch. Squared it up really nicely. That was beautiful to watch off the bat.
And our first hit of the game is a monster double to right by Franzine, the left-handed hitter, and that'll bring on Colton Clark. Will the Chargers play small ball, work Franzine over to third? I think you get a double on the first at bat of the game, you go for a big inning. We'll see what Coach McCool decides to do. First pitch to Clark is a little up high for ball one. Now Hansen has to pitch from the stretch. He hasn't so far. Clark is 1 for 2. He scored 3 runs this year, does have an RBI. Swing off the fist and fouled on the right field first base side and up and away and out of play. There's plenty of foul territory, by the way, here at the park in Guthrie Center. Just at the bottom of the hill from the school. We're actually adjacent to the football field here at ACGC. It's not a perfectly dimensioned ballpark, which is actually the way I like it. The 0-1 is fouled off the catcher, Jewel, and it's now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Clark. 345 to straightaway center field. It's 300 down the line and right. 295 to left. Pretty much bushes, like evergreen trees, pretty much are planted sporadically beyond the outfield fence. That one is rolled foul on the third base side, and it stays 1-2 to Clark. The scoreboard is straightaway right. Then there's a batting cage just to the right of the scoreboard, and that goes all the way almost to the right field line. That's up and in by Hansen, and it's even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's beyond the left field wall, it kind of gently slopes upward, and then there's a big giant hill that's steep up there. Be good sledding weather. This is victory called by Hansen on the inside corner, and Clark is dispatched. And there's 1 away here in the second. That's the second strikeout by Hansen. Both looking. That's a big strikeout, and Hansen able to recover after giving up that double to Franzine. Here's Slayball now. And he takes a strike just on the low part of the zone around the knees. Nothing to 1 to Slayball, who's 1 for 9 on the season with an RBI. The wind has died down a little bit, too. That one's inside, and Slayball took a big cut of the breaking ball, got a piece of it. But now 0-2. The flag in the flagpole, which is, I think, it's either the shortest flagpole in history or it's down below the bottom of it. It's got to be on the incline below the outfield fence, which I think is the case. The flag was blowing briskly to left, but it's now dying down. Swing on this for strike 3. A breaking ball that went outside, and Slayball swung over top of it. And Hansen, after giving up the double, has gone back-to-back strikeouts. 2 away for Jackson Frang. No score still here in this one. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. Boy, you just got to give credit for Hansen. It's just like in golf. You hit a duffer, you hit a bad shot, get it into the bunker, you got to forget about it. You make a bad pitch, you got to forget about it. Breaking ball, that's a chopper over the head of Hansen. Fields it, goes to first. It's in time. Nelson was there. And they got Frang, the old Baltimore shot play. Didn't work for Frang that time. And the side is retired. Hansen could have stumbled over himself back. One left. Through two. Scoreless. Here in Guthrie Center on KSOM.
Did you know that Mexican food is considered to be healthy?
What? How do you figure?
Almost every dish has vegetables. Salsa, all vegetables. Guacamole, avocados, and corn tortillas. They're naturally gluten-free.
Okay, I get it. Tacos, lettuce and tomato. So Rancho Grande for dinner?
Race it to the car.
Add more vegetables to your diet at Rancho Grande in Atlantic. And then you can indulge in a guilt-free margarita, imported beer, or dessert. Choose a healthier option at Rancho Grande. Open 7 days a week.
Got a leak? A clog? Or maybe it's time for a brand new bathroom. Furnace or AC needs some attention? Or are you interested in floor heating? Call Fikes Plumbing and Services. Your trusted local experts in so many areas is now serving the Greenfield and Atlantic areas. From quick fixes to major renovations, Fikes Plumbing and Services has you covered with fast, friendly, and reliable service. With 30 years of service, Fikes licensed professionals tackle every job with care, ensuring your home stays comfortable and safe. Don't wait. Call Fikes Plumbing and Services today for your HVAC, plumbing, sewer, and septic needs.
Robert. Now the other night, Roy called me and said,
So to the third inning we go. We finally got a hit on the table, but ACGC cannot do anything with the leadoff double by Ben Franzine. Thomas Peterson, the designated hitter, will lead things off for Exira-EHK. 8-9 on top of the order for the Spartans here. And Noah Kading has been darn near perfect, except for the leadoff walk. Peterson stands in the right side, and the first pitch is low with a fastball, and 1 ball, no strike.
Peterson really choked up on that bat, has a nice waggle.
Frang asks for time Peterson asks for time as he steps in the box. And now ready, and that one just misses a little low, 2-0. Frang made that last out in that second inning, what we call the old Baltimore chop. You heard of that term, Jack?
I have not heard of that.
The 2-0 pitch, there's an off speed on the outside corner for a called strike. 2-1. Back, well, I'll tell you, a little baseball history. Back in the 1890s, there was the old Baltimore Orioles. Swing and a miss by Peterson as he tried to climb the ladder on Kading, and the count is even at 2-2. And these old Baltimore Orioles were mean, nasty. Nobody liked to play them. They cheated. And they tried to do every single thing. Here's a bouncing ball. Could be trouble on the left side. Gloved at third by Dorsey. Throws across in time to get Peterson for out number 1.
The Spartans, number 13.
Exira finally gets a piece of Kading and hits it fair for their first one of the game, but Dorsey is there on the slow bouncing ball to third. 1 out now for Blake Nelson. So as I was talking about the old Baltimore Orioles, one of the things they like to do is intentionally hit the ball straight into the ground, right in front of the plate. Here's a bunt attempt, and it's the pitch is high, and Nelson almost had to get out of the way of it, and he bunts it foul for strike 1. And the ball would hit right in front of the plate, bounce straight up into the air, and they would just run like the Dickens, and that's how he became the old Baltimore chop. Nelson 0 for 2 of the season, the number 9 hitter. And Kading into the wind, the 0-1. And in the dirt low, 1 ball, 1 strike. No score here. Exira-EHK and ACGC.
Kading's starting to cool down, I'd say, a bit. He's kind of losing command of his pitches, not seeing that fire that we saw in the second inning.
Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Well, he went upstairs that time, and Nelson could not climb that ladder. It's 1-2 now. He's got the heater high. Now he's ready to go for the 1-2 pitch. And frozen, got him looking on the outside corner for a called third strike. Strikeout number 7 for Noah Kading, and there's 2 gone in the third. Back to the top of the lineup, and Austin Rasmussen. Tell you another quick story about those old Orioles. Rasmussen steps in. He's the only batter to reach for the Spartans on a walk to start the game. First pitch, good breaking ball in there for a called strike. John McGraw was the third baseman for the Orioles, a later longtime manager for the New York Giants before they moved to San Francisco. Anyway, McGraw played third base, and he had a habit of grabbing a runner's belt at third to prevent him from running. The pitch is inside by Kading. It's even to Rasmussen, 1-1. So the runner would try to take off from third, but he couldn't go anywhere because McGraw had his belt. Well, one runner finally got at him. The 1-1 pitch, and that's lofted into shallow right center, and it's jumped in there for a base hit. Rasmussen just did a great job there. He just poked it into shallow right center, went with the pitch, and no hitter, no more. Rasmussen is aboard again, and this time the first hit of the game for Exira. That'll bring on Josiah King. Just to wrap up the story pretty quickly, so one time a base runner decided to loosen his belt, and McGraw first pitch in there for a called strike. So a batter hits it into play. The McGraw goes over to grab his belt, and the base runner takes off, and he's running home. McGraw's left at third base holding the belt, and the runner is grabbing his pants and holding onto his pants as he's running home.
Chris, you could honestly be making a lot of these stories up. I mean, a lot of the stuff you hear about the dead ball era and before that.
Oh, that's a true story, man.
It might
I
be
swear.
true.
It is. It is. There's no might. Second throw over to first base, and this time that's close. Leaning down was Franzine, and he had the tag, but Austin Rasmussen able to reach to the top side of the bag. The first throw over there was somewhat close. That was even closer. 0-1 to King. No score. 2 outs in the top of the third. Another throw to first. And again, Rasmussen is back. With 2 outs, Rasmussen could be going. Try to get into scoring position. This would be the pitch to go. The 0-1 to King. He doesn't, and it's just low. 1 ball and 1 strike.
He would have had a really nice jump there if he decided to go. He was already taking off by the time he started to stretch.
Again, another good pitch to run on. 1-1 the count to King. He struck out looking his first time up. Another throw to first. And Rasmussen stumbles a bit, but again gets back. His uniform will definitely need laundry services after the game. 1-1 the count to King. Comes home, swing, and it's a slow chopper, first base side. Off the mound is Katie, little short clip. He gets King, and that will retire the side. For Exira-EHK, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless. ACGC and Exira-EHK here on KSOM.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
Remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Call Community Insurance in Audubon today at 712-563-4422 or stop by at 422 Tracy Street in Audubon.
What I like about Bates is he has the hands hiked up, so you see the socks with the 3 yellow stripes surrounded in black. First pitch to Bates. It's a hard hit ball, but foul on the left field side. Hit up against the foul fence out there on the fly, and it's 0-1 to Bates. A loud strike to start off this bottom of the third inning.
Chris, he's also got a bat that looks like a pencil if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
it does.
That's very interesting. I think that is literally a pencil bat that he is using. I've never seen something like that before.
Teachers love it. The 0-1 now to Bates. And a breaking ball by Hanson misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Do teachers use pencils anymore?
You think he brings it to class?
I don't think so. I think pencils have been replaced. Nobody used chalkboards anymore. That one's a liner foul on the right field side. It bounces right at the base of the foul fence. 1-2 the count to Bates. He's fouled one right. He's fouled one left. So we love the socks. We love the bat for Bates. We'll see if he can love Hanson here. The 1-2 way up high. And it's even now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bates still looking for his first hit of the year. He's 0 for 7. Hanson has only allowed 1 hit. The pitch to Bates. And that squirts outside and back behind Jewell. Nobody on base, so no harm, no foul there. The count is full. I think maybe Jewell and Hanson got crossed up on that one. Count is full here to Tatum Bates, the senior catcher for the Chargers.
Fire, bud.
And Hanson into the line. Swing and another shot foul on the left field side. Up and away and out of play.
Yeah, he's getting some nice pieces out of the ball on the balls that he's swinging at. We'll do it over at 3-2.
Not only does Bates have the socks, the bat, he's also got a gray cleats with a little pink on there.
Really standing out here.
Gray and pink and yellow and black and blue and all kinds of stuff. And Hanson just misses inside, and it's a walk for Bates. First walk allowed by Hanson. See if they put a courtesy runner in for Bates.
Chargers.
See anybody jumping off the bench. It looks like Bates will stay in there. Here's Will Scram now, the number 9 hitter. And after the leadoff walk, don't be surprised if we don't see a bunt here. Scram has scored a couple of runs, but has no at-bats so far on the season. So he's getting a chance to hit. Looking for an at-bat. If he gets sacrificed, he won't get an at-bat. But Bates off of first, and Hanson has to go back to the stretch. Scram squares. The pitch is bunted foul for strike 1. So the leadoff walk, and now you kind of expected this. Top of the order with Tommy Scram coming up. Brother batting in front of brother here. Always going to get a little family affair in high school ball. It's one of the things that brings the character to it.
Go, Alex. Let's go, Spartans.
Bates off first. The 0-1. He goes. The pitch is popped up. A mile-high pop-up foul ground first base side. Nelson staring off into space. Gravity prevails. He makes the catch. Scrambling back to first is Bates. And there's one away.
Yeah, he showed bunt twice there, and then he just really pieced it well together. If he had gotten a better angle on that ball, it would have been quite a ways.
Good out for the Spartans, and ACGC not able to move the runner aboard. One away, top of the lineup. Here's Tommy Scram now. The wind is picked up again. It's coming in spurts. It was blowing strong at the start. Then it died down. Now it's blowing harder than it's ever has before. Another throw to first base, or first time throwing to first this time, and diving back to the bag is Bates. Every time I think of the name Bates, I always think of Psycho. Swing and a miss by Tommy Scram, and it's 0-1. The Bates Motel. Psycho. I can't watch that movie. I can't watch horror movies.
Yeah, me neither.
Horror movies, no. I'll stick to movies about baseball.
Yep.
0-1 to Scram. He takes one inside. Boy, good eye that time by Scram. Jewell held on to it for a half a second. Didn't get the call. Close pitch by Hanson. It's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. No score. Exira-EHK and ACGC. The runner goes. The pitch is swung on and skied and misjudged and left by King. It'll go all the way to the wall. We'll be scoreless no more. Bates running third. He's heading for home. The throw is cut off, and into third with a triple is Tommy Scram. And ACGC leads it 1-0. Well, the sun is directly facing, I was going to say blowing, not blowing, but it's definitely blowing into the eyes of the left fielder King. And I think he got a taste of the sun and he misjudged the ball. It was hit over his head. Bates off to the races on the long blast by Scram. And ACGC has a 1-0 lead.
In many ways, Mother Nature decides to affect the baseball diamond as showing here in Guthrie Center.
Here's Noah Kading, and excuse me, check swing, but this will get a run home. Grounded is short, fielded by Rasmussen, dug out by Nelson for the second out of the inning, but scoring is Scram, and it's 2-0 Chargers. With the infield back, all Kading had to do was make contact, and he did so, and he brings home Scram, and 2 runs in for ACGC will bring on Blaze Dorsey. He swings at the first pitch and skies it to first, right along the line now into foul territory. Nelson, he will make the catch, and that is the third out of the inning. But for the Chargers, 2 runs, 1 a hit, nobody left. Scram the RBI triple. We played 3 innings. ACGC on top 2-0 here on KSOM.
Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to brockercarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage at a competitive rate.
3H Customs has everything any farmer needs to be successful, and that's not an exaggeration. We offer soil sampling, crop scouting, and spraying. We also offer precision planting products, Midwest seed genetics, and nature's fertilizers. Don't forget fertilizers and anhydrous also. 3H Customs has everything the Iowa farmer needs, and we dedicate ourselves to helping each farmer be successful. For more information on how you can build that successful operation, call 249-2429 or visit 3hcustoms.com. 3H Customs, customizing your farming resources to fit your needs.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Community Insurance. It's right now ACGC with the early lead, 2-0, as they finally get to Alex Hansen. And it was Tommy Scram who did the damage for the most part after a leadoff block to Tatum Bates.
For the Spartans.
After a pop-up, Scram made Hansen pay for the mistake, and he's lipped one over the head of the left fielder all the way to the wall for an RBI triple. Alex Hansen can begin to get it back here as he leads things off for the Spartans in the 4th. First pitch to Hansen is in the dirt by Kading. 1 ball, no strikes. Really, if you think about it, he's made one big mistake, the triple, but he's pitched well, but he just threw the walk at the wrong time.
Yeah, and ACGC kind of going with that like swing first, ask questions later mentality. We've seen a lot of contact be made, fair or foul. They're really putting the bats on the ball.
Kading misses that one low. 2 balls and no strikes to Hansen. This is the second time through the lineup now. We'll see if the Spartans can make adjustments after Kading dominated the first couple of frames. On the fist, foul back to the screen by Hansen, and it's now 2-1. Either team has really been able to find the offense, especially Exira. I mean, the Chargers, while they gave up a lot of runs to Des Moines Christian, at least they scored about 16 runs this year. Hansen takes that one low. 3 balls at his strength. You just hope that Exira has forgotten about yesterday, and they got to forget about that last half inning as well. Got to have short minds. Hansen takes that one high, ball 4. And so a good beginning, at least for the Spartans. The second walk allowed by Kading. Hansen is aboard, and that'll bring on Josh Nelson.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some movement over there on first.
Well, Hansen's a big guy, but he can motor. Nelson stands in. He struck out his last time up, as did Hansen. Hansen taking a good lead off first. Keating from the belt. He goes, fakes the bunt, no throw. They have no chance. Really, the ball was a little low, and Bates had trouble corralling it, and Hansen easily into second with a stolen base uncontested.
Yeah, it's really impressive of the catcher to make something out of nothing there with the ball in the dirt like that. And it's honestly half the battle just to put it in the throwing arm.
Way up high by Keating, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to Nelson. Talking about 2 good athletes here that play multiple sports. Hansen, just a fantastic football player. Nelson is good at everything. He's good at basketball, leading scorer, good at golf. Swing and a miss there. Went after that one 2-1, but that was going to be at the upper part of the zone. So not a bad swing there by Nelson. Just could not catch up. Runner at second, nobody out. Here in the top of the fourth, 2-0 ACGC on top. Keating glances over at second. Now comes home. Way up high. And Bates had to stand up to snare it. 3-1 now to Nelson.
Find it, Noah. Go, bub.
The second baseman, Slayball, kind of drifted over to second base. That puts a hole in the right side of the infield. There's the strike called. Looked like Nelson was taking all the way there. 3-1. He was willing to take a walk. Instead, the count is now full. Anthony Young is on deck. Keating is ready already. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Keating rears back and able to get Nelson, and again got to the top side of the zone. That is strikeout number 8 for Keating. 1 away for Young.
Go, Anthony.
Anthony struck out his first time up against Keating. Hansen off of second. Keating again glances over. Breaking ball, a fake bunt. The runner goes. The throw to third is high. It's another stolen base for Hansen, but it is strike 1 to Young. So now Exira's got to find a way to manufacture a run without a hit. Young's got to try and get it up into the air into the outfield. Breaking ball, good block in the dirt by Bates. He might have saved a run there. 1-1 the count to Young. It is now 1 for 6 on the Young season. And a runner at third with 1 out here in the fourth. Here's a bunt attempt. No, he pulls it back at a strike on the outside corner. Well, ACGC ain't going to think about bunts now. 1-2 the count to Young. Keating has the sign he wants. They set up outside. Yeah, and Young says, nope, I'm not going to buy that one for $1.
Yep, we're kind of getting the point in the ACGC in the game, really, where Keating is kind of being tested on these pitches. The Spartans aren't really going down easy. And I'm just curious to see where this bullpen goes after Keating has made a stay.
2-2 pitch is check swinged off of the catcher Bates, and it'll stay at 2-2. 2-0 ACGC with the lead. Spartans have their best threat of the game. Runner at third with 1 out. Keating ready, and the 2-2 offering. Swing and miss. The ball is out of the dirt. It was dropped. Bates is going to have to throw. He throws it a little low. Francine Kaye did come up with it. Staying at third is Hansen. The strikeout completed. Number 9 for Keating. 2 away for Owen Jewell.
Spartans.
Jewell struck out looking his first time up. And Exira-EHK just cannot buy a ball that's been hit fair. I mean, they've had just 3 balls hit in fair territory off of Keating so far. We're in the 4th inning. They're due. I'd say they're due. Jewell is 1 for 5 this season. First pitch. Hit him in the back. Keating loses control with that one. And we got runners on the corners for Gus Grieving.
Always proud to see when a batter is not afraid to wear a ball like that. They'll proudly take that hit by pitch.
He'll take the bruise. And now Keating is going to see a visit to the mound. So both teams have had opportunities in this one. Rasmussen got a leadoff walk in the first inning, but Keating recovered and struck out the side. Then he struck out the side again in the second inning. He gave up a 2-out single to Rasmussen in the third, but got King on a chopper to end that threat. Meanwhile, Hansen retired the Chargers in order in the first, gave up a leadoff double to Francine in the second, but then got strikeout, and then a comebacker to get out of that threat. But a leadoff walk to Bates in the third after a pop-up. Tommy Scram hit one to the wall in left for an RBI triple, and then he scored on an RBI grounder. That's where we're at now, 2-0. Runners on the corners now for Grieving. Expect Jewell to be running. First pitch is in there for a called strike, a delayed steal, and ACGC pretty much ignored him. You could call catcher's indifference, but I'm sure they'll give him a stolen base. 0-1 to Grieving with runners at second and third. And a swing on this for strike two. 0-2 the count to Grieving with 2 outs here in the fourth. Kading trying to get out of it. Grieving trying to be the hero. Swing and a miss for strike three. Kading strikes out the side again, and the Spartans leave 2. We played 4. ACGC on top, 2-0 on KSOM.
Anita Supply Center is here for you. From the big jobs to the small tasks, we're here to help. Hi, this is Kim with a reminder of our hours, so when you need our help, we're here. Anita Supply Center is open Monday through Fridays, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 until noon. We're here 6 days a week for all your building, landscaping, how-to projects, repairs, and more. We offer free in-home measurements, free estimates, and can help you put your ideas together. Anita Supply Center is open 6 days a week for all your home improvement and building needs.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
2-0 ACGC on top of Exira-EHK. Tonight's game is presented to you in part by Community Insurance. Feels kind of funny to call it tonight when it's like 10 minutes before 6 o'clock and we got plenty of daylight, even though it's a kind of an easy evening here in Guthrie Center.
Yeah, I think other than that, I mean, can't complain too much about this temperature. The wind obviously isn't perfect. I'm sure the folks at home can definitely hear it inside of our microphones.
It's died down a little bit, but it's still kind of rustling around a little bit. But the flag out in center field is kind of taking some time off right now. So again, the wind is kind of up, down, all the way around.
Next up,
Chargers batting in the bottom of the fourth. Ben Franzine will start it off. The big man steps in from the left side. He crushed one to right. His first time up for a leadoff double. That's his second hit of the season for Franzine. He's now 2 for 7 on the year. And Hansen doing some last-minute adjustments before he readies himself. And the first pitch is way up high for ball one. Well, Hansen giving his team a chance here. And he's pitched decently. Again, the walk, the triple, really the only couple of mistakes. The 1-0, there's a strike on the inside corner. That really fooled Franzine, who turned away from that pitch as it broke right across the plate. 1-1 to Franzine. Good pitch. Now the 1-1. Swing and way out in front of it. Foul liner on the first base side. Just screamed its way over the fence. It's a high fence from the dugout out to about, halfway on the right field line. And then the fence cuts down in size all the way to the corner. 1-2 to Franzine. Trees line the entire right field line. That one's up and away way outside. He missed badly with that one. 2-2 to Franzine. Really a wonderful facility here at ACGC with the baseball field, the softball field further closer to the road. Excuse me, check swing. And the umpire ruled it's dead. They throw to first to complete the strikeout, one away here in the fourth. So it is. Usually when he waves his hands like that, it's completely dead, but it's ruled a strikeout, ball in the dirt. Hansen gets his fourth strikeout of the game, one away for Colton Clark. Clark struck out looking his first time up. First pitch, his knees buckle on the good breaking pitch for a called strike. What a pitch by Hansen. Both these pitchers really have good breaking balls. Here's the 0-1. Another breaking ball off the fists and fouled to the screen. And now Hansen ahead at 0-2.
Hansen making great work in the middle of this ball game. Also doing great on both sides. I mean, 2 stolen bases coming off the last outing on the offense. I mean, great job by this kid.
The 2-strike pitch to Clark. Swing and a mile-high pop-up. Foul ground, third base side. Ranging over is Young. He reaches back on the line. Might have been fair, but he makes the play for out number 2.
Play ball.
Balls hit in the ear on the right side are going to be an adventure. The sun is still a factor. Fighting through the haze. And the wind also. Here's Slaybaugh now with the bases empty. That one is way outside and low, squirts away from the catcher, Jewell. 1 ball, no strikes to Slaybaugh. 2-0 Chargers on top of Exira-EHK. 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the 4th. We're in Guthrie Center tonight. There's a gust of wind, the 1-0. Good breaking ball on the inside corner for a called strike. Man, he is throwing curves out there. He was throwing hard early on. He's coming back with a curve, and that's the sign of a good pitcher. You got to change your approach. The 1-1, and that's off speed outside. 2-1 out of Slaybaugh. It's always a game of adjustments. It's the game within the game. The 2-1 pitch to Slaybaugh. Swing and a miss for strike 2. The way you pitch early on in the first time of the lineup may be a little bit differently the way you pitch when you face that lineup again. Got to keep them guessing. Deuces are wild here. And a breaking ball. Swing and a miss for strike 3. This strikeout, Hansen gets 2 in the inning and retires the Chargers in order. 3 up, 3 down. We played 4. ACGC still holding a 2-0 lead here on KSOM.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services or stop in anytime.
Today.
We're in Guthrie Center tonight, and Monday night will be in Anita as Cam takes on Southwest Valley in a non-conference baseball game. That'll be a 5:30 start time. All the action here on KSOM 96.5 FM, and of course, stream live, powered by Nishdanet on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Thomas Peterson leads things off for Exira-EHK here in the 5th. Spartans trailing 2-0. First pitch, swinging against the strike 1.
Thomas Peterson, only an 8th grader, being coached by both his brothers today, Trey and Tyler Peterson. I can't imagine this guy not being a great asset to this Exira-EHK Spartans offense.
The 0-1, fisted foul back to the screen. He's 0-2. Yeah, Tyler told me that Thomas really has a good swing. He's got some good fundamentals, even as an 8th grader. And because they're low in numbers, there's only about 13 or 14 guys on the team. He's forced to play. Originally, they wanted him to just play in the field, but the 0-2 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Couldn't catch up with that off speed by Keating. 11 strikeouts for Noah Keating. 1 away for Blake Nelson, the 9-hitter. I like the look of Blake as an athlete. He's only a freshman. I saw him play a little bit in football, a little bit in basketball. What I've seen, I think he's going to We'll see how his body develops as you go. I mean, body could change in high school.
Yeah.
The first pitch is inside for ball one, but I kind of like what I see so far. 1-0. Swing and a hard shot at short. Backhanded there by Fagan. Long throw. He ain't going to get him. Safe. And Nelson makes me look good with a base hit. Second hit of the game for the Spartans.
Great effort over there by Short. Really had to stick with it. Kind of a backhanded throw over there at shortstop, and a great stretch by Franzine over on first. I mean, great effort by the defense, but it won't come to pass.
Well, Fagan did a good job to get to that ball in short. But a 1-out single for Nelson, and back to the top of the lineup is Austin Rasmussen. And the first pitch, and that's a swing and a miss, but the ball gets away from Bates, and down to second on the wild pitch is Nelson. And Exira-EHK has a runner in scoring position. They trail it 2-0 with 1 out here in the top of the fifth. This is the time that Exira's got to pounce, because it could be the last time that maybe the middle part of the lineup, the top part of the lineup, will face Kading. That one's fouled way out of play on the first base side.
Yeah, that landed at about lane 3 of the ACGC track.
That's right. The football field we're pretty much right next to the bleachers here. There's only bleachers on one side of the field here at ACGC. The press box on the opposite side. So a little bit unusual, but the bleachers is a large set of bleachers. Rasmussen stepped out. Right now, 0-2 the count from Kading. Runner at second is Nelson. 2-0 Chargers on top. 1 out. And now the 0-2 offering from Kading. Breaking ball. And he got a piece of it. It's going to be a foul. Breaking for third was Nelson. He'll have to go back. And the catcher, Bates, could not hang on. It'll stay 0-2 to Rasmussen. Just got enough of it to stay alive. Rasmussen got a little dirt on the backside of his pants, a little dirt on the front part. Looks like he's worked here tonight. The 0-2 put breaking ball, but it goes low. Rasmussen looked that one all the way into the mid of Bates and took it. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Kading ready again. Fastball. Straight. The outside corner. Froze him. He gave him a breaking ball the last pitch, and it set up that fastball in the outside corner.
Rasmussen was really scrapping there just to stay alive. Unfortunately, nothing comes out of it.
12 strikeouts for Kading. 2 away for Josiah King. It's a big at-bat here. First pitch inside, almost hit him. Good job by Bates to grab that one.
Yeah, and we can't stress enough the importance of a catcher in this spot right here. With like a high-pressure situation like this, runners in scoring position, you need to be at the top of your game behind the dish, getting ready for anything.
Hope that's not a tornado warning. The 1-0, King takes a strike. Heading for third is Rasmussen, and the ball is there waiting for him. And an easy tag for Dorsey, and the side is retired. Normally you don't like to make the third out at third, but the Spartans trying to roll the dice, and that time it came up snake eyes. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's ACGC 2, Exira-EHK 0. We're here on KSOM and Audubon Atlantic. Back after this.
When it comes to your investments, I know you have a choice. Hi, I'm Mark Smith, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor with Principal Financial Group. Today I want to say thank you, Southwest Iowa. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve the community for 39 years. Over the years, you've given me the opportunity to get to know you and your family. Thank you for your trust, your confidence, and most of all, your relationship. If I can help you with your financial plan, please give me a call at 712-243-2466. Mark Smith, Principal Financial in Atlantic.
Did you know that Mexican food is considered to be healthy?
What? How do you figure?
Almost every dish has vegetables. Salsa, all vegetables. Guacamole, avocados, and corn tortillas. They're naturally gluten-free.
Okay, I get it. Tacos, lettuce and tomato. So Rancho Grande for dinner?
Race it to the car.
Add more vegetables to your diet at Rancho Grande in Atlantic, and then you can indulge in a guilt-free margarita, imported beer, or dessert. Choose a healthier option at Rancho Grande. Open 7 days a week.
Next for the Chargers.
Exira-EHK, no runs on 2 hits, no errors. They've left 4. For ACGC, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. They left 1. As we hit to the bottom of the 5th inning, bottom 3 in the order for ACGC, and they're up 2-0. Jackson Frang will lead things off for the Chargers. And the first pitch from Hanson, there's a bouncy ball into third. A high hop juggle by Young. Picks it, recovers, and guns across the time and in time to get Frang one away.
Really good stop there. I think Chargers above his glove kind of landed in his chest and kind of grabbed it with his throwing hand there.
Right in the breadbasket.
Yep, right. Yeah, great job just to stay in front of it there.
One away for Tatum Bates. With his pencil back. That I did not notice before. And now I can notice anything else. He takes the first pitch, a breaking ball outside for ball 1. Bates started that rally in the 3rd with a leadoff walk. He did a good job by not using the pencil bat. It was a sharp at bat. Well, you know, but I'll be here all week.
Unfortunately.
1-0 pitch is low. Dude, I got the whole bleachers cracked up with that one. 2-0 to Bates. Swing, and there's a drive hit to left towards the line. King cannot get to it. It gets behind him again and goes almost all the way to the wall. Off to the races is Bates. He's rounding second. The throw to third. He slides in in a cloud of dust. And it's another triple for the Chargers. Bates, a 1-out, 3-bagger to left.
And to the right for the Chargers, it's Williams.
And that'll bring on Will Scram. And that might be it for Hanson. Trey Peterson, the head coach for Exira, is going to come out. And the entire infield as well. Let's see if Hanson stays in. At the very least, you got to think communication here because Scram, the number 9 hitter, is at the plate. So you got to be thinking squeeze play, whether ACGC goes to suicide squeeze, whether they go to the safety squeeze. There could be a lot of things at play on this one. The chess match has just begun. Scram is 0 for 1. He popped to first his first time up. And so Peterson making sure everybody's on the same page here. Young is not going to hold on. Bates at third. He's right on the edge of the grass. Same on the edge of the grass at first base is Nelson. First pitch to Scram is in the dirt. Good block by Jewell. Actually, the ball bounced right back to him. He didn't have to really move for that one. 1 ball and no strikes to Will Scram. 2-0 Chargers with the lead, looking to add after the 1-out triple by Bates in the 5th. And the 1-0. And that's in the dirt. Squirts away on the right side. Here comes Bates. He scores on the wild pitch. And it's 3-0 ACGC.
Kind of rolled in the awkward spot there for Jewell where we got to assume it's right behind you, right? And unfortunately kind of just went towards the ACGC dugout and he just couldn't get his eyes on it in time. And, Bates is already 3/4 of the way there at that point.
Yeah, I mean, he was coming in. It's almost like he was waiting for a potential bunt play, but Will Scram never squared. So he got a good lead, and he did so because third base was not holding him on. The 2-0, and that's popped way up into the air and drifts back and out of play. And squirts right behind us and then hits a loop. No, that's not it. That's a bathroom. That's a trash can back. They call bathrooms in Great Britain loos.
I'm learning a lot today. Thanks, Chris.
It's an educational program. 2-1 to Scram. Swing and a miss for strike two. Good pitch by Hanson. But right now, Chargers in a 3-0 lead. In the top of the sixth, Exira-EHK has Josiah King, Alex Hanson, and Josh Nelson due up. So it'll be a key inning for them. The 2-2. Breaking ball, liner to right, and off the mid of the second baseman, Grieving out into right. He recovers, tries to throw behind the runner, but able to get back to the bag is Scram. That'll be a single for Will Scram.
Really hit it in the sweet spot of the bat right there. Saw it the entire way into the shallow right. That was beautiful to watch.
Well, the bottom of the lineup doing a job here for the Chargers in the fifth. Bates has scored twice. Scram now delivers a single. And that's going to be it for Alex Hanson. So a pitching change here in the fifth inning. 3-0. ACGC with the lead. I'll tell you about the new hurdler when we return back in a minute on KSOM.
Got a leak? A clog? Or maybe it's time for a brand new bathroom. Furnace or AC needs some attention? Or are you interested in floor heating? Call Fikes Plumbing and Services. Your trusted local experts in so many areas is now serving the Greenfield and Atlantic areas. From quick fixes to major renovations, Fikes Plumbing and Services has you covered with fast, friendly, and reliable service. With 30 years of service, Fikes licensed professionals tackle every job with care, ensuring your home stays comfortable and safe. Don't wait. Call Fikes Plumbing and Services today for your HVAC, plumbing, sewer, and septic needs.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
He's going to go to first
Nelson
base.
takes the mound for the Spartans.
Grieving, I believe, goes from second to third. Hanson is at short, and Rasmussen, I think, is going to second. I think is what the new arrangement is.
Saw some nice command coming out of Nelson. I believe he's pitching out of the stretch to start off. Yep, there's one on
No,
first.
Hanson's at third. My mistake. Hanson is at third. Rasmussen stays at short. The first pitch right between the wickets of Jewell, and down to second goes Will Scram. First pitch to Tommy Scram from Josh Nelson is ball one. So Alex Hanson's at third. Austin Rasmussen is at second. Or excuse me, he's at short. Grieving is at second, and Anthony Young across the diamond at first. 1 ball to no strikes to count to Scram. And the pitch is outside for ball two. So Hanson at third, Rasmussen short, Grieving second, Young first. 2 balls and no strikes to Scram. It's a tough spot for Nelson to come in and not get too many warm-ups. It's the toughest thing in high school baseball is to come from the field and to pitch. That one popped right back over our heads, way out of play behind us. 2-1 now to Scram. 3-0 ACGC with the lead. Trey Peterson now asks for a quick time. He wants to see something in the delivery of Nelson. This is his first pitching performance of the season. So he's not on any sort of pitch count rules. There are a lot of pitchers that are ineligible to throw today because of the pitch count, because this is later in the week. I mean, when you get to Friday, a lot of teams are not even playing Saturday games anymore because of the pitch count rules. If you play 3 games, I mean, for Exira-EHK, this is their 3rd game. ACGC is their 4th game of the week.
Yeah, and you especially see that in 1A matchups like this where, teams can't really afford to just go 5 games in every week.
You don't have the depth. The 2-1 pitch now to Scram is low in the dirt. Good eye by Scram, and he tells his younger brother Will at second to stay put. 3 balls at a strike to Tommy. He delivered an RBI triple to left in the 3rd. The 3-1. Instead, he goes to second. He's got Will picked off. The throw to third. Hansen chasing him back to second. He hesitates. Now Rasmussen gets it. He applies the tag. He tagged him in his hand and his glove. Will, though, was not going to wait around for an umpire to make a call. He simply tried to get back to second, but the out recorded by Rasmussen and a good pickoff by Nelson. That'll be a caught stealing. And there's 2 gone here in the 5th. The count is 3 balls and a strike to Tommy Scram with the bases now empty.
That's definitely a weight off of your shoulders if you're Nelson. Great pickoff attempt. Proved successful.
The 3-1 is low ball 4. So instead of runners at first and second, or first and third, with 1 out, now he's got a runner at first, 2 outs. And here's Noah Katie, who is just pitching a gem for ACGC and eating up innings with a pitching staff that has been used a lot this week. Kading against Hansen is 0 for 2, does have an RBI grounder. He's also popped to short. Now facing Nelson. Breaking ball, runner goes, swing and a miss, and the throw is late. And a stolen base for Scram. Well, they teach you, it's like the runner goes, you want to swing to partially distract the catcher. And I think that was a good example of it there, where Kading swung and might have distracted Jewel a little bit. And the breaking ball didn't help Jewel either. 0-1 to count now to Kading, with again a runner in scoring position at second. 3-0 Chargers, but there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. From the belt, Nelson. And a high heater misses. One ball and 1 strike is the count to Kading. There's a strike called. 1-2 now to Kading.
Nelson staying very well composed under all this pressure.
He's in the dirt. Here comes Scram from third, and he is safe. Scram able to make it to third, and now he comes home on the wild pitch, and it's 4-0.
Yeah, very great jump. Noticed the loose ball very quickly, and a great attempt, honestly, by Jewel from behind the plate. Got there quick. Nice flip to Nelson as he ran home, but unfortunately, that's another run on the board.
Right here, bud.
It's the matter now. You can do it.
And a swing by Noah Kading, and he gets it into left field for a base hit. So Kading is aboard.
Left field for the Chargers. Next up to bat, it's Blaze.
4-0 ACGC with the lead. And Blaze Dorsey now the batter. So Scram scores on the wild pitch. Kading then delivers the base hit. Nelson trying to get out of this, but the Chargers have extended their lead against the Spartans. Dorsey is 0 for 2, and the throw to first, and that gets over the head of Anthony Young now at first, and down to second goes Kading.
Kading was kind of late there going off when he saw the ball get past. Luckily, we got a lot of space in between these foul lines and the fences, so not much trouble there as he rushes into second.
Well, that's the first error of the ball game for either club. And a runner at second still with 2 outs. And a breaking ball. There's a strike on the inside corner to Dorsey. And it's 0-1. Dorsey struck out looking, and he's popped to first and foul ground. But the Chargers have 2 runs in here in the 5th. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2.
Josh.
And it's 0-2 now to Dorsey. ACGC really just trying to put this game away here this inning. They've done a good job at extending their lead. They've gotten a little community insurance. The 4-0 or the 4-0, that's the score. The 0-2 gets fouled away, and it stays 0-2. Noah Kading has done the job in terms of pitching, and the Chargers have given him his support. The 0-2 is way up high by Nelson. 1-2 the count to Dorsey.
Nelson doing a great job switching up the delivery. We saw a slide step, and he had a very nice sweep there.
1-2. Nelson taking a long time in between pitches. He's just trying to get through this inning. That's in the dirt. Good block by Jewell. Gave him a good bounce that time, but it's even to Dorsey. 4-0. ACGC with the lead. Exira just wanting a chance to hit in the 6th. Deuces are wild. And a breaking ball. Boy, it got close. I thought it was going to be, that was a lot closer than what I thought it was going to be. It looked like it was going to be way up high. It ended up still high. Count is full now to Dorsey. 3-2. 2 outs. Runner at second. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. But the damage done for ACGC. They get 2 runs on 3 hits. There was an error. 1 left aboard. Through 5, ACGC leads it 4-0 here on KSOM.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
Remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Call Community Insurance in Audubon today at 712-563-4422 or stop by at 422 Tracy Street in Audubon.
So we go to the 6th inning here on KSOM.
No, Kading stays on the mound for the Chargers.
No, Kading still out there for the Chargers. Josiah King is the batter for Exira-EHK. And the first pitch is low for ball 1. Was that a strikeout?
Yeah.
Next up for the Spartans, it's the pitcher, Alex Hansen.
Go Al.
job, Alex.
Go, Josh, you. 172. Stepping up into the batter's box. But Spartans now, it's Josh Nelson.
Got a base.
That's right. One hole. All right, we're back here on KSOM. Apologize there. We got somehow disconnected from our signal here in Guthrie Center. We are in the top of the sixth inning. A one-out single by Alex Hansen, and Josh Nelson is now the batter. And that one is popped up and back, and it's going to be way out of play. And it's 0-1 to Nelson. 4-0. ACGC with the lead on Exira-EHK. I'm not sure when we got disconnected, but ACGC scored twice in the bottom of the fifth inning. A one-out triple by Tatum Bates with Will Scram at the plate. A wild pitch brought in Bates, and he scored. That made it 3-0. Scram then followed with a base hit into right, but then he eventually got in a rundown and got caught stealing. Nelson turns to square, throw to first, and Hansen is back to the bag. 0-1 to count to Nelson. After Will Scram got picked off, Tommy Scram would walk, steal second, get to third on a wild pitch, and then scored on a wild pitch with Noah Keating at the plate. Runner goes, the pitch is a strike, and the throw is not in time. It wasn't a terrible throw by by Bates, but it went to the left side of the bag, and so they had to reach across, and it's a stolen base for Hansen.
I believe that's his third so far in the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2 stolen bases in the fourth inning.
He's doing a great job for the Spartans so far. He had 5 innings pitched, and he's doing really all he can to keep the Spartans in this.
Breaking ball is outside, 1-2 the count to Nelson. Chris Varney, Jack McKee alongside here as we near 6:30 here on KSOM. 4-0 ACGC over Exira-EHK. The 1-2 and a swing and a miss for strike 3. And Nelson hits the dirt with his bat. Not happy with that one. That is strikeout number 14.
Wow.
For Noah Keating. 2 outs now for Anthony Young. Noah Keating has been dominating. He has allowed just 3 hits so far in the game, 2 walks, 14 strikeouts, and now a hit batter. And he hits Young in the lower back, just above the belt.
Next up.
And so Young is aboard.
Is Owen.
And Hansen was breaking for third on that play, but he's going to have to retreat to second. So runners at first and second with 2 outs, and the batter is Owen Jewell. 4-0. ACGC with the lead here at the top of the 6th. Our game today presented to you in part by Community Insurance. Jewell, actually that's the second hit batter by Keating because Jewell got plunked his last time up. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch, and that is foul on the third base side. And it's 0-1 to Jewell, but he got a good cut, just a little out in front of it.
Wouldn't be surprised to see runners take off once again, doing anything they can outside of the batter to increase the chances of putting some runs on the board.
This is the chance for Exira-EHK. They may not have very many chances. However, Sosa could be the last inning for Keating. And they're going to ride him as long as they can. 0-1 the count to Jewell. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Hansen breaking for third. The throw not in time. But Young was not aware, and he stays at first base on the steal.
So now you got runners on the corners, 2 outs, and it's 0-2 now to Jewell. A risky move by Hanson, but he got in there. He's got good speed, and the veteran player gets the stolen base. The 0-2, strike 3 call to the outside corner. Good pitch by Kading, and he gets out of the jam. For the Spartans, no runs, 1 hit, a hit batter, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's ACGC 4 and Exira-EHK nothing here on KSOM.
Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to brockercarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage at a competitive rate.
3H Customs has everything any farmer needs to be successful, and that's not an exaggeration. We offer soil sampling, crop scouting, and spraying. We also offer precision planting products, Midwest seed genetics, and nature's fertilizers. Don't forget fertilizers and anhydrous also. 3H Customs has everything the Iowa farmer needs, and we dedicate ourselves to helping each farmer be successful. For more information on how you can build that successful operation, call 249-2429 or visit 3hcustoms.com. 3H Customs, customizing your farming resources to fit your needs.
Four nothing ACGC, bottom of the 6th here in Guthrie Center. Here's Varney Jack McKee with you here tonight. Josh Nelson back out there. Hanson ended up going 4 1/3 inning for the Spartans.
Batting next for the Chargers.
And
It's
he will be credited with 3 runs allowed. All 3 will be earned on a total of, looks like a total of 4 hits. 1 hit given up by Nelson. First pitch to Franzine is a breaking ball in there for a called strike on the outside corner to the lefty. Hanson ended up walking 1 and striking out 5. Swing by Franzine, and that's fouled back way out of play, heading towards the track. And it's 0-2 to Franzine. So a solid pitching performance by Hanson, but just did not get any support so far here this evening. The 0-2 popped up and back, and that's heading for the football field as well. And Franzine is trying to dent that track as many times as he can. Franzine a double in the 2nd. He struck out of the 4th, all against Hanson. He's 1 for 2. The 2-strike pitch by Nelson. High, and Franzine says, nope, I'm not going to go after that one. He lets it go by. 1 ball, 2 strike. The later part of this ball game here, Spartans trail by 4. Chargers looking for insurance. Breaking ball, Franzine fights it off and dumps it fair right down the left field line. It goes into foul territory. Franzine will wind first as getting to that ball, the shortstop Hanson and King coming in from left, holding Franzine to a leadoff single.
Yeah, reached out for that one, kind of just like flunked it past Hanson there. Not the prettiest piece of hitting, as we've seen. Obviously, he had that double earlier in the game, and you know he's still doing what he can.
Well, I was expecting maybe we'll see a pinch runner here for Franzine. He can re-enter. You're allowed to pinch run for a positional player 1 time, and that's what they're going to do. Andrew Bomber is going to come in and run. And we have our first wasp of the season, and it's taking an interest in your camera there, Jack.
Yeah, I saw it earlier. It's kind of chilled. I'm just hoping I don't get stung over here.
I don't like bees. Colton Clark, I'm a wimp when it comes to bees. Colton Clark, the hitter. First pitch is high and inside for ball 1. I think when I was in 1st grade, I did the stupid thing of sitting on a bumblebee's nest.
Oh no.
And I got stung 12 times.
Oh my
all
goodness.
in the face.
It's normally it's the bees that are fine. It's really just the wasps that you got to watch out for.
Well, this was a bumblebee nest that I sat down on. That one's foul
out of play on the first base side, 1-1 to Clark. I advise looking where you sit in the future. Do not sit on a bumblebee nest. It is you will pay dearly. I think I had to go to the hospital. I remember. After the stings, I don't remember much. The 1-1 is in there for a called strike. Good pitch by Nelson. 1-2 now to Clark, who's 0 for 2. He struck out looking and popped the third. 4-0 ACGC with a lead. Nobody out. Runner at first is Bomber. That's in the dirt. Jewel deflects it up the first base line, and that's what you want to do. If you can't catch it, you got to find a way to get your body on it. And if there's a runner at first, it's always good to deflect it that way. If you can, sometimes you can't have any control of where you deflect it to. But that was a good job by Jewel there. 2-2, the count to Clark. Nelson from the belt. Pitch, foul back to the screen, and we'll do it again. One time when I was a kid, I mowed yards. And one of the yards that I mowed was they had one of those bee, collection bee,
Yeah.
This one was not bumblebees. This was just regular wasps.
Yeah.
And they had like a bee farm, but they only have one thing in their yard. And I had first objected to mowing their yard with bees. And I got stung one time, but it was not that bad. The 2-2, that's a ground ball hit to short. Hansen will scoop, or Rasmussen will scoop it to second, and they get the force play there. So Bomber is retired, but they didn't get a chance to make the turn. Clark runs pretty well, and he's safe on the fielder's choice.
Rasmussen a little slow to get out of his glove there. Did a great job of sticking with it, getting out at second.
And the ball was not hit that hard either. So there was no chance to get 2-1 away here for Slayball. 4-0, Chargers with the lead. Throw to first and back to the bag is Clark. For the Spartans, due up in the top of the 7. It's the bottom part of the order. Grieving, Peterson, and Blake Nelson. Slayball 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts against Hansen. Swing, ground ball, hard hit underneath the mid of the third baseman, Hansen. And then that gets by King. And still into left field. Heading to third will be Clark. He slides in, and Slayball into second. It'll be a single and an error.
Now batting for the Chargers, it's Jackson.
So that is the second error of the ball game for Exira-EHK. Not on the third baseman, Hansen, but on King in left. He let it get by him, and that allowed Slayball to get to second. He'll get a single. Clark now at third. 1 out and a breaking ball swing and a miss by Jackson Frang. 0-1. Frang is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Once on a chopper back to the mound, the other time to third. Infield in for the Spartans. And the 0-1. And a breaking ball that goes way inside. And it's even out. 1 ball, 1 strike to Frang. ACGC trying to put this game completely out of reach here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-1 outside and low, and it's 2-1 to Frang. Jackson 1 for 12 on the season, and he's got a big opportunity here with 2 in scoring position. Nelson comes to the belt. The 2-1 swing and fisted back to the screen, and we're even now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Chargers 2 runs in the 3rd and 2 runs in the 5th. And they knocked Hansen out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nelson has come on since then. The 2-2 pitch now to Frang. Did that hit him? Or did it hit the bat? I think he leaned out of the way and that ball hit the bat. Got a little unlucky there.
Yeah, I heard a lot of aluminum coming off that. It might have snagged a finger or two, but I think he'd be in a lot more pain right now if that were to happen.
Yeah, he only lost about 2 fingers on that one. 2-2, the count to Frang. He's a wrestler, though. He's tough.
Yeah.
2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss for strike 3. What a pitch by Nelson. Looks like that
Now
was one of
batting
his
for the
better
Chargers,
pitches.
it's Tatum
That's a
Bates.
second strikeout for Nelson. 2 away for Tatum Bates. Bates has had a big game. He has walked, he has tripled, he has scored twice in the 8th spot in the lineup. That triple was his first hit of the season. First pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Clark at third, Slaybaugh at second for the Chargers. In the bottom of the 6th, they lead it 4-0. 1 ball and no strikes to count now to Tatum Bates. Josh Nelson trying to get out of this mess. Oh, swing and a miss for strike 1. I think Bates would rather have that one back. He went way up high for that swing, and it turned into an uppercut. I think he might have turned his pencil into a pen on that one. The 1-1. That one's in the dirt. Good block by Jewell, and it's 2 balls and a strike. But if he keeps hitting like he's doing and playing like he's doing, I'm going to have to ink him to a contract. Man, the puns just keep coming. I'll stop.
Hopefully he can erase these last 2 swings.
The 2-1, good breaking ball in there for a called strike. That was so soft by Nelson that it popped out of the mid of Jewell, not that far away. So there was no chance to score from third for Clark. But what a beautiful off-speed pitch. That was maybe the slower version by Nelson. Deuces are wild now. 2-2 to Bates. And a breaking ball outside. And the count is full. Not a bad pitch at all there by Nelson. And Bates wasn't having anything do it. Might have been a changeup that time. Count is full. First base open, so the runners won't be moving. 2 outs. The payoff. Breaking ball, Grayson. A pitch by Nelson. Called strike 3, and the side retired. The Chargers come up empty in the 6th. No runs, 2 hits, an error, and 2 left aboard. We go to the 7th. Last call for Exira-EHK. They trail it against ACGC 4-0 here on KSOM.
Anita Supply Center is here for you. From the big jobs to the small tasks, we're here to help. Hi, this is Kim with a reminder of our hours, so when you need our help, we're here. Anita Supply Center is open Monday through Fridays, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 until noon. We're here 6 days a week for all your building, landscaping, how-to projects, repairs, and more. We offer free in-home measurements, free estimates, and can help you put your ideas together. Anita Supply Center is open 6 days a week for all your home improvement and building needs.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Well, Noah Kading's job is done. He goes 6 full innings here tonight, and Peyton Politsky is on to relieve him. Politsky does have experience this year. He's thrown an inning and 2/3. He is not allowed a run, so a perfect ERA right now. He's only allowed 1 hit. He has struck out 2. Opponents hitting 167 against him. Politsky did throw 27 pitches in the opening game of the season for ACGC. And that was his only appearance of the year. That was the 6-3 loss against Coon Rapids Bayard for ACGC. It's not a save situation, but Kading, what a job that he did. 15 strikeouts, and he goes 6 innings, does not allow a run, 2 hits. He did hit 2 batters. He walked 2. But 15 Ks for Noah Kading. That's a lot of Ks.
That's great. Good job by him. And now all Politsky really has to do is just bring it home.
And he'll have to face the bottom part of the lineup. Due up is Grieving, Peterson, and Nelson. And it's the job of one of these guys to try and get on base. for Exira-EHK and try and continue the inning and get to the top of the lineup. But they're probably glad that Kading is out of the ballgame. Here's Grieving to lead things off. He's especially glad because he struck out twice against Kading. And the first pitch is a little high for ball one. Grieving 0 for 5 on the season. In the 7th spot. He swings and pops it up. On the second base side, coming in on the grass, almost towards the pitching diamond, is Slay Ball. Gravity prevails. He makes the catch for out number one. And that'll bring on the 8th grader, Thomas Peterson. Also glad that Kading is out of there. He is 0 for 2. He is grounded to third and struck out, the 11th victim of Noah. Politsky. Well, we got time. Oh, looks like something came on. Baseball got away. ACGC is warming pitcher in the bullpen.
Let's go, Thomas.
Which is in play. There's so much foul territory here. They actually had the bullpens in foul ground. And a swing and a miss by Peterson. Nothing in one, the count to Thomas Peterson, the designated hitter in the 8th spot. And an off speed on the outside corner for a called strike 2. And Politsky now ahead of Peterson, no balls and 2 strikes. 4-0, ACGC with the lead. Nobody on for the Spartans. That's way up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Peterson. Blake Nelson on deck. He does have one of the 2 hits for Exira-EHK in this one. The 1-2. And that one got away. It's a swing and a miss. Got to throw it over the runner, Peterson, but Bates does the job. Lofts it over Peterson and a soft catch by Franzine, and there's 2 gone in the 7th. Kading struck out the side in the first. He struck out the side in the second. He had 6 strikeouts in a row. He struck out the side in the 4th. First pitch to Nelson, and that is skied into right center field. That's over everybody's head, and over Will Scram's headed right and going to the wall. Over there is Tommy Scram. He grabs it and gets it in, but Nelson keeps the Spartans' hopes alive with a double to right.
Yeah, that's a spark they definitely needed in the top of the 7th here. Unfortunately, I think it came 1 or 2 outs too late. Crazier things have happened, though, Chris. I mean, I think it's top of the order after these next 2 batters.
It's here, the top of the order. Austin Rasmussen right here.
Oh, it's right here, yep.
Rasmussen is 1 for 2 with a walk. And by the way, I miscalculated the amount of hits. Kading did give up 3 hits. So the hit by Nelson is hit number 4. First pitch to Rasmussen, and he lines it foul right at the base of the wall in front of the ACGC dugout, first base side, and it's 0-1. Rasmussen has one of the 4 hits for the Spartans. He got a 2-out single in the 3rd. He walked to lead off the game and got all the way to 3rd, but Kading struck out the side to get out of that mess. The 0-1, and that's skied to straightaway center field, but it's right at Tommy Scram, who settles underneath. He makes the catch, and that's the ball game. ACGC finishes off a 4-0 victory as Peyton Politsky and Noah Kading combine on a 4-hit shutout. 4-0 ACGC with the win. We're back in 2 minutes to wrap this one up here on KSOM.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services or stop in anytime.
Today.
When it comes to your investments, I know you have a choice. Hi, I'm Mark Smith, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor with Principal Financial Group. Today I want to say thank you, Southwest Iowa. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve the community for 39 years. Over the years, you've given me the opportunity to get to know you and your family. Thank you for your trust, your confidence, and most of all, your relationship. If I can help you with your financial plan, please give me a call at 712-243-2466. Mark Smith, Principal Financial in Atlantic.
Did you know that Mexican food is considered to be healthy?
What? How do you figure?
Almost every dish has vegetables. Salsa, all vegetables. Guacamole, avocados, and corn tortillas. They're naturally gluten-free.
Okay, I get it. Tacos, lettuce and tomato. So Rancho Grande for dinner?
Race it to the car.
Add more vegetables to your diet at Rancho Grande in Atlantic, and then you can indulge in a guilt-free margarita, imported beer, or dessert. Choose a healthier option at Rancho Grande. Open 7 days a week.
Final score here in Guthrie Center. ACGC gets their first win of the season as they defeat Exira-EHK by a final score of 4-0. And Jack, what a great performance by Noah Kading. The Chargers got just enough offense for him, and it was a really a great performance by this hometown club to come away victory. I mean, especially cannot say enough about Kading, considering the pitching staff had been so depleted earlier this week.
Yeah, totally. Ended up with 14, 15 strikeouts. It was absolutely amazing show out for him. And I got to give kudos on the other side, too, to Alex Hansen. It really was a pitcher's duel going into about the fifth inning. Just some mistakes being made by that Spartans defense allowed some runs to come in. And Hayden just kept throwing his stuff, doing great out there on the mound. And on the other side, ACGC also put some great hits together. We had Franzen with that picture-perfect double earlier in the game, and that allowed ACGC to kind of get the momentum going. And unfortunately, the Spartans never really had the chance to respawn. I mean, they definitely strung together some chances, whether it was like a walk here, a hit by pitch there. Yeah, unfortunately, it's the momentum didn't really shift in their favor, and they really couldn't get it going in this one.
The line totals in the ball game, and they're unofficial for Exira-EHK. No runs, 4 hits, 2 errors. They leave 5. For ACGC, 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors. They leave 3. Noah Kading gets the win. He's 1-0. Alex Hansen takes the loss. He's 0-1. Time of the ball game is 1 hour and 47 minutes. ACGC goes to 1-3 of the season, while Exira-EHK falls to 0-3. So a tough week for Exira-EHK baseball, as you got a new head coach, new coaches, the brothers Peterson. They have low numbers. Obviously, yesterday was tough in the first inning against Coon Rapids Bayard, giving up so many runs. I think they have to get their mental focus back into it. They had their horse Hansen on the mound. He gave them an opportunity to at least win today, but they couldn't get their bats going. You got to think it's got to come in time for the Spartan team. They just have to find a way to get confidence at the plate and starting to bunch their hits together instead of spreading them out. For ACGC, again, we thought that the pitching staff was going to be in trouble here today, but Noah Kading, they might have found themselves an ace here today. 15 strikeouts. Wow, what a performance for him and for the Chargers. Next up for ACGC, they only have the 2 days over the weekend for a rest. They go to Ogden on Monday for a 7 p.m. start time. And the Spartans have a little while to think about it. I think it's actually good. Get them into the weekend, do some rest there, maybe get into the batting cage, and then get some practices in Monday and Tuesday. And then next Wednesday, they're back at it hosting Boyer Valley in another conference matchup there. Meanwhile, we're going to your neck of the woods.
Yep, we are going to Anita, and I'm excited for it. If there's anything I can tell you about, it's Cam baseball, so I'm definitely excited for that call on Monday.
And that's where we're going to be in Anita, as the Cam Cougars will host Southwest Valley, the Timberwolves, in a non-conference matchup. That will be on Monday evening. That's a 5:30 start time, varsity only. All the action right here on KSOM. That's going to wrap things up here from Guthrie Center. For Jack McKee, this is Chris Varney signing off from ACGC High School, reminding you the final score here tonight. ACGC 4, Exira-EHK 0. Good night, everybody, from Guthrie Center.